Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. I've been trying to make this review all week, but we have been getting hammered with rainstorms here. The Potomac River looks like it's about to overflow. This pair of shoes had my attention for a while. I haven't heard a whole lot about them, but I think they are incredible in hand. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these New Balance 990 V4s in the Arctic Gray colorway. I've been waiting on this pair for a while. As soon as I saw the colorway, I just thought they looked really nice. I'm a big New Balance fan. I don't have a whole lot of the Made in USA collection, but the more that I get, the more that they're growing on me. My favorite color is blue, and they have a tint of blue to them. But also, specifically, what grabbed my attention about these was the black midsole. And you'll see that when we get to it. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, that's a pair that I want to grab. I saw these sitting online at retailers overseas like nclothing.com and that sort of thing before they dropped on the New Balance website. The day that they dropped on the New Balance website, which is where I got these from, they sold out relatively quickly. Larger sizes disappeared pretty much immediately, and then the next hour or two it seemed like all the smaller sizes disappeared as well. I got the Arctic Gray colorway. They also came in a macadamia nut colorway, but I wasn't really feeling them. This colorway sold out first, and this was definitely my favorite out of these two colorways that just released. Like I said, I got these from the New Balance website. I think they were $210 US for retail. The tag reads 990 BBV4, and these were labeled as Arctic Gray on the New Balance website. I always go true to size with 990 V4s, and I get a size 10. And just in that little time it took to do that brief intro and look at the box, it's already starting to drizzle again, so I'm going to hurry this one up. I really like doing these reviews outside so that you can see the true color of what they are. A lot of times I'll see a review and I end up getting the shoe in person, and I think that does not look at all like the shoes that I saw on video. I'm a creature of habit. I just like doing these outside, so as long as it doesn't start downpouring, I'll just continue. As I mentioned, the black midsole really grabbed my attention on these. I think it looks great with those black underlays that you have on the upper, as well as that blacked out N. I feel like these look way different than any New Balance that I have in my collection, and I'm always looking for something that's different than what I already have. Whenever I get anything made in USA from New Balance, I have come to expect that it'll be tremendous quality, and once again, I am not disappointed. In true New Balance fashion, that premium feeling suede just lays on top of a very breathable mesh base. I mentioned the other colorway from this release, and they called it macadamia nut. It was basically a cream upper, but I think the N was green, but it did have that black midsole like we got on this pair, and I really love that touch. I know it seems like something little, but I don't know that I have any New Balances that have a black midsole. I think they did a 990 V4 already that had a black midsole, but it was a leather upper, and it just didn't seem like it fit together as well as what these pairs do. We did get a blacked out outsole. It's the same tread pattern that we typically get on 990 V4s, and it's really got that hard rubber traction that we're used to on there. It lasts a long time. We did get some hard black plastic there at the midfoot for extra support, and then underneath the heel we do have some New Balance branding. As we come up to the midsole, as I've been pointing out, it is all blacked out. I do love the lines that we have on this midsole, and you probably can't see them quite as well as what you typically can when you have like a white or a cream or a gray midsole, but that's okay. I really like that this is something different. You do get some in cap branding, but it's not really evident, just like the lines are kind of hard to see, but I think it flows well on this shoe. Probably my favorite thing about this shoe are these hues of bluish gray that we have for the overlays. And like I mentioned before, it just feels like a very premium material. You get a lot of back and forth motion whenever you change direction. I always try to get you a good look at that, but sometimes that's really hard to do. But it's a very nice material. It seems like for the front and sides of the shoe, we have a darker suede color. And then on the eye stays and this part wrapping around the heel, it seems like it's an even shorter suede, and it looks like a lighter bluish gray. So maybe that's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but I do think there's a little bit of contrasting gray from these overlays on the front compared to the eye stays and then what we have here on the heel. We do have little hits of reflective. You can barely see it there on the toe box just underneath the mud guard. It looks like it's just a gray color, but you can barely see it peeking through there. And then on the heel, we've got some reflective, and it's also got some real low-key made in the USA branding on that as well. And I really like the border effect that this black overlay gives. It's just underneath of this real premium bluish gray suede, but it gives it a neat border. As you go back the shoe, you continue to see that black border, and I just think it's a really nice accent. It also ties in the midsole and these blacked out ends very well. One thing I really like about this shoe is just how under the radar all the branding is. It does have 990 branding right here, but you really don't notice it unless you look closely. It's kind of in a gray color. We do have this heel anchor or this heel clip in a hard plastic material, and you do get some New Balance branding underneath of that. Of course, we have those blacked out New Balance ends on the side panels. On the tongue, we have that American flag, and it's got some 990 V4 branding. I always like the way that badge looks. The base of this shoe is a really breathable gray mesh, and it has a really nice feel. It's similar to other 990 V4s. Just feels like a nice mesh. It'll be very good for the summertime because it'll be breathable. We also have that really breathable mesh material for the tongue, and you can also see it peeking through as we move back the shoe. At first, I was thinking that the sock liner was made of the same mesh that we have for the base of the upper, but it's actually a little bit more of like a satin finish. It's almost a little bit shinier or silkier, and I think the color is a little bit lighter as well. The shoes already came with like a rope style lace already in there, and it's blue and gray to match the upper. But they also gave us a spare set of flat black laces. My buddy Party Timothy, he has a YouTube channel, and he threw these laces in, and I think it takes these things to the next level. So maybe I'll make a short and I'll do a lace swap and show y'all how that looks, or go check out Party Timothy's review as well. His channel is great. You won't be disappointed. Like I said, I always go true to size on pretty much all New Balances, and even if they do feel a little bit narrow, they typically stretch a little bit, and going true to size works fine even though I do have wide feet. I'll definitely start rocking these whenever the weather gets nicer, and in hand, I think this pair is beautiful. I'm surprised you don't hear more hype about these, but I do think that New Balance is getting more and more popular. I'm glad I was able to secure these. They disappeared semi-quick. I didn't even look at what resale is. I can't imagine there's much resale on them, but I think this pair looks great, so I would highly recommend, if anybody's considering grabbing these and you're able to find them for retail, I don't think you'll be disappointed in them. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't been very cooperative this week, so I haven't been pumping out too much content, but as always, I appreciate you all watching. Let me know what you think about these, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.